for the most prestigious title in all of Tetris. Let us go ahead, get them counted down in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, it might be like the 4th most prestigious title in all of Tetris, but it's pretty darn close. Anyway, both players are getting started. Let's tell you who they are. On the left side, you've got Myles, the Great, coming in at seed number 4. Myles had, or at least at the beginning of the month anyway, I don't know, it's hard to follow everything, a PB of 8.06 million, which at the time was good for a 6th place. That might have been, no, that is still right, all right? Still at the 8.06, 6th place on the leaderboard out of the United States of America. Myles, winner of a CTWC qualifier back in 2022. 2nd place in the Stillwater Showdown. Finished 2nd to Blue Scuti this past weekend. Also, a couple months ago, took 2nd place in our Lone Star Championship in Austin, Texas. Took 2nd place. The winner of that was Blue Scuti. These players with some notable appearances versus each other. Myles looking to take this one down. He has never won a CTM Masters event. Has been in the finals 3 previous times, if you count the Lone Star Championship. Once in 2021, another in 2023, and then the Lone Star this year. And of course, probably the most followed Tetris TikToker or wherever, social media platform of your choice. Myles is on there. 134 for Myles on that right side. And also one of the small and not as expanding as rapidly as I thought Game Crasher Club. I thought there'd be more game crashes by now. On the right side, Blue Scuti. He's at 220, by the way. 159 for Myles. Blue Scuti, you know from a lot of different places. Winner of multiple regional championships, including the CTWC Regional this year, the Lone Star Championship this year, Kansas City Regional last year. Took 2nd place in the Jonas Cup just about a month ago. That's the CTWC DAS tournament. And this is Blue Scuti's 5th consecutive appearance in the finals of this event. So Blue Scuti is on a tear right now. In September, Scuti beat Dog Playing Tetris. In August, Scuti was up against Sidnev. Sidnev took that one. And then 2 back-to-back appearances and, Alex T victories when Alex T was on his tear. So Blue Scuti, 5 consecutive CTM Masters appearances. I think maybe Corian has done that before, but in this era, to finish in to make the finals 5 months in a row, pretty amazing. 344 here for Myles, 345 for Blue Scuti as we enter the midway portion of the level 18 phase of this game number 1. And Sue is here. Welcome, Sue. So as I mentioned earlier, these two do have a history of matches. Of course, I mentioned the Stillwater this weekend. They've met each other really a bunch of times. That's fine. Sorry, we're having cat issues here. So right during the finals, you want to have cat issues. 406 Myles, 461 for Blue Scuti. Myles set up for a center well Tetris. Chiller says, do we still have ant issues also? No, I think the ants have gone away. They've gotten the message. These players do have an extended or extensive match history against one another. Blue Scuti did knock Myles out of the 2023 CTWC. They've met up in several regionals, as I mentioned before. So I'm sure it would mean a lot to Myles to take this one, and especially against this opponent. Myles, of course, looking for his first ever CTM Championship. 501, 578 for Blue Scuti. We're just 4 lines away from that 19 transition. The speed will increase by 50%. Myles is the first one in at 525. Scuti is in at 602 and gets another Tetris immediately after. So right now, line's pretty darn close and about 100,000 point lead for Blue Scuti. All right, Scuti gets a T-spin here. Maybe looking for a Z. Okay, gonna tuck that T in there. Could have done with a Z as well. All right, Scuti actually set up for a center well Tetris, 2 rows off the bottom, but okay, gonna reestablish that well. Keeps it open and gets a dirty Tetris, Scuti. 712 for Scuti, 635 for Myles. Yen's email says, are Sidnev and Huff active at the moment? Yeah, Sidnev has put in a qualifier for No Cap November. I don't know if Huff is. I don't remember. Huff, you know, kind of drifts in and out when he can. Okay, both qualified. Okay, Huff did qualify. Great. That's an especially Huff-friendly environment, that No Cap November. 748 for Myles, 825 for Blue Scuti. Huff qualled with a 4 million. We'll see if that's good enough. My word. 778 for Myles, 855 for Blue Scutis. Yen says No Cap is going to be insane. I got to admit, I'm a little afraid of No Cap November. We do have like a rule or two to try to not have 10-hour streams. 813 Myles, 892 for Blue Scuti. $956 for Blue Scuti. 854 Myles. There's a Tetris Myles. All right, Scuti setting up with that long bar down the middle, and then a long bar over column 10. Tetris, 992 Blue Scuti, 919 Myles. Just a couple lines apart, and about a 73,000 point lead when their lines are tied. Tetris for Scuti, A24. That's the max out on 26, now into 27. Myles at 953 on 27. Same line count right now. Long bar down, Tetris Myles. There's one Scuti. All right, Myles gets a Tetris and a max here on level 28. One rule we have is we do have in certain rounds a skunk rule for No Cap November. So, you know, it's a best of 5 unless the first player goes up. What, 2 games to none? Is that what it is? I don't remember. All right, we are into 29. A94 for Myles, B85. You can check it out in the announcements in the CTM Discord. Blue Scuti set up for a Tetris, gets it. C39 for Scuti, B07 for Myles. He's setting up in column 3, long bar in Tetris, B46. All right, Scuti trying to bring this down, trying to work it down, reestablish a well on that left. Not going to use that bar to get set up in column 9, too high, but gets a bar over now. Tetris for Scuti, D27, B98 for Myles. There's a Tetris for him. The lines are tied. Scuti is ahead by 130,000 points with just 60 lines to go. Simul Tetris E14 Scuti C79 for Myles. There's a Tetris Myles. So it's about 100,000 point lead now for Scuti, but Myles has gaps in the stack. Scuti has uncovered the well, gets a Tetris. So Myles needs to uncover this pretty efficiently now. Scuti gets a triple down that right side, just trying to get a workable board. Has the opportunity to fix his board while Myles is burning. Myles gets a Tetris D97 F29 now for blue Scuti. Scuti set up column 7 for a Tetris, takes a skim and a Tetris F79. So blue Scuti now, just a Tetris away from the rollover. Myles board starting to climb, not survivable. Myles tops out at E44. And blue Scuti has the rollover here on 37 and gonna mullen it out and try to get a little bit more, pad those stats a bit. This is like if in baseball they let you kept hitting home runs after you already won. All right, there we go. Scuti's got the rollover. He's got the 1.687 million. And Scuti will take game number 1. Blue Scuti up 1 game to none. 3-1 Tetris. Myles took out Laser Monkey, Ramations, and the Dangler on his road to the finals. Blue Scuti took out Sodium Overdose, Tristop, and Meme. So 2 tough roads to get here. It's a good prize pool month. Whether you're first or second, obviously you would love to get that first this month. Thank you so much to both Scott Gray and Jesus the Frog for their $1,000 contributions. Myles setting up for a Tetris in column 8 and gets it. He's at 91,000. Blue Scuti taking a few burns here. As mentioned, Blue Scuti, this is his 5th consecutive appearance in the finals. So he is on a run for the ages now. Only has, well, if you count Lone Star, I mean, obviously you do have to count Lone Star there. So has the win in Lone Star. That is July. But May, July, August, September, October, but also Lone Star. So it's kind of 6. It's kind of 6 finals appearances, if you count Lone Star. Now, it's also very controversial. People don't want to count Lone Star. But I don't know. You look at the top 8, you look at the semifinals. It's like championship caliber rosters right there. So I count it. $212 for Blue Scuti, $177 for Myles. Of course, these two did meet up in the Lone Star finals. Dog says, I definitely would not count Lone Star, but it gives me another star, so I'm all for it. Listen, that is our live championship. It's not my fault if people don't want to pay $150 to attend this stupid, this stupid convention. No, it is my fault. So yeah, I'm gonna try to work with the convention and see if there's any alternative to having to pay that outrageous entry fee into that convention. 286 Blue Scuti, 226 for Myles. But there's a good chance that we don't hold Lone Star next year and instead try to find a huge upgrade. In the venue. And one that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg to get into. Tetris Scuti, the survival here, those pieces all the way high to the left here, 358 for him. Yeah, I mean, it's just too expensive. In my view, too expensive to hold it there. Unless they're willing to let, our players in there. All of whom are pretty much there for Tetris. They are not there. 369 for Myles, 384 for Blue Scuti. There's the Tetris Scuti, 432, 369 for Myles. You want Lone Star to be in Brisbane? All right, that's it. We're doing it in Brisbane. It's a relatively small space. I mean, we can deal with it, but... yeah, we can have Lone Star not in the Lone Star State. We prefer doing things our own way. $479 for Scuti. He's going to Tetris 503, 424 for Myles. Tetris Myles 470, 505 for Blue Scuti. All right, players stacking gently. Drama free. We're approaching that 19 transition here in game 2. 513 for Blue Scuti. Long bar over Tetris, 536. There's one for Myles, 505 into 19. So Scuti will have the higher transition pace, assuming he makes it through, which he does. So about a 537, 538 transition for Scuti. It's about a 30,000 point lead at transition or so. Like a 1 1/3 Tetrises. Scuti set up column 7, gets the Tetris 619. We'll see if he stays there. And yeah, he's kind of burning some lines away here. He's got a lead. He can afford to burn a little bit. 630 for Scuti, 593 Myles. There's Tetris Myles 620, 657 Blue Scuti. There's Tetris Scuti 692, Myles 650, just 2 lines apart. All right, 740 here for Myles, 787 for Blue Scuti. We're just about 50 lines from that 29 transition and speed increase. The speed will double in 50 lines. Tetris Scuti 848, 802 now 833 Myles after a Tetris. There's Tetris Scuti 911, 865 Myles, 898 now after a Tetris. They're just separated by, well, there's a Tetris Scuti, so almost the same lines. Maybe separated by about a Tetris here and there. Myles piled up high in columns 1 and 2. And so just that part of the board doesn't have a lot of connection with the rest of the board. So that's going to force him to make some gaps here. But actually sets up a dirty Tetris and gets it. Blue Scooty's got the max out. He's on 28 with the A58 long bar over Tetris A93. Gets one more before 29 and transitions in with a 1.129. Myles has got the max out now. One line to go till 29. He's going to try to do it with a Tetris. Building up that left side. Takes a skim, gets the Tetris immediately after. A56 from Myles. We're in level 30 now. Blue Scuti B52, B00 for Myles. I feel like we're seeing that a lot. By the way, everyone, I am your old pal Vandweller, and I'm the host of Classic Tetris Monthly. I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell and follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you and have a nice day. B21 for Myles. Now B31, C43 for Blue Scuti. And Myles with the survival there. I thought Myles was done there as I was trying to get my way through the say the line, because it usually doesn't hit on 29. So I had to speed my way through it. And meanwhile, Myles is just surviving like crazy and has a great stack now. But Myles is back by about 140,000 points, about 50 lines to go. Scuti ahead by a few lines here and still burning here. Myles, ends up having to burn out of that Tetris readiness. And yeah, Myles just cannot get a well-timed bar. Finally, a well-timed bar. C33 Myles. Scuti gonna burn away a Tetris setup and gets it D69. C35 for Myles. Tetris Myles, C84. E16, Blue Scuti. All right, Myles here trying to uncover, and just the piece is just not oriented the right way for him to burn out of this. And Blue Scuti continues to add lines, and you can see Myles just kind of incredulous here, like, what are these pieces? Blue Scuti gonna take game number 2. And I don't know, at this point, Blue Scuti, should he just take the intentional top out at this point? So E99 for Blue Scuti. Scuti is good in game number 2. Let us get them started. Game 3 of the finals. 3-2-1 Tetris. All right, we started off with the ZTS. If you're in chat right now, what does ZTS stand for? Zesty, tasty salmon. Zooming to space. I like that. Joe in it, thanks for the prime sub. Blue Scuti with the Vits setup. And it's having to take some burns here. And there's the bar to complete the Vits. And now just needs one more bar to get the Tetris. Taking a lot of burns along the way, though. Scuti is 50,000 for him. Mentus 0 with the prime sub, 2 months. Thank you very much, Mentus. The Fresh Maker. All right, Scuti gonna tuck that S in there. The bar was coming, so he made room. All right, Zephyr Thunderstorms. All right, Tay, maybe not. Zucchini tomato sandwich. That I think is, zero Tetris score. Sounds pretty good. EBM9 is gifted a sub to the Classic Tetris Monthly community. Thank you very much. Coke Dory's Me, thank you very much. Billy Mac with the prime resub, 10 months. Thank you, Billy Mac. Go check out Billy Mac Makes on YouTube. He's kind of a woodworking dude. And he made a very cool Tetris cutting board. And he's got other woodworking projects on there. Billy Mac Makes. Check him out. 201 Blue Scuti, 194 for Myles. Scuti setting up another Vitz here. 247, 243 for Myles. All right, Scuti now filled in the Vitz. Now waiting out the bar for the Tetris. And having to take a bunch of burns here, but would have had to take them anyway, even without the Vitz, because this is a little bit of a drought. Long bar over, Tetris, Scuti, 276, 252 for Myles. Dog playing Tetris says Billy Mac's dog coaster he made is still in use. He made a dog coaster, like a dog playing Tetris coaster with like you on it or something. $346 blue Scuti, 300 for Myles. Okay, yes, I do have those coasters. I can't bring. Yeah, Billy Mac made me and a few other players some custom coasters, and I have them here, and I can't bear to use them. They're too nice, so I've kept them wrapped up. Long bar over at Tetris Myles. Board was getting kind of high. You can see there's a little bit of concern on Myles' face, but not anymore because he's got a couple Tetrises, 3 of them now to bring this down. Yeah, Billy Mac, I still have the original like string that you used to tie them together all wrapped around them. I can't bear to, they're too nice. Yeah, I need, Billy Mac, make me some coasters to put on my coasters. I need to protect them. All right, blue Scuti with that little Vitz kind of set up there in the middle of the stack. Kind of a sneaky Vitz here. Scuti's board starting to climb a little bit, but this should be okay. All right, good. And J to the left for Scuti. Gonna uncover this well here, and a long bar goes in for the Tetris. And Scuti just trying to bring this back down. Myles now into the lead, just about the same line count, and Myles ahead by about half a Tetris, 2/3 of a Tetris. Yeah, coaster protector. Maybe I'll get some like, I don't know, like a top loader or something. Like an extra thick top loader, you know, like used for like sports cards. And I'll put it around him. 462 blue Scuti, 476 Myles. And yeah, Scuti's board kind of a mess here as he heads into level 19. Okay, but this is coming down bit by bit. 470 Scuti, 477 into 19 for Myles. So neither player with a great transition pace. Probably the RNG. Dirty Tetris Scuti, 502. Myles trying to bring this down. Long bar over. That's good for a split double. And just to bring some order to the bottom of the stack here. Another dirty Tetris Scuti right in the middle of the board. About 6 rows up. Yen says, go into Shark Tank and pitch coasters. I'm like, yeah, hey, sharks. All right, Myles at 501, Scuti at 590. Myles back by about 10 lines. Long bar over Tetris Myles, 530. They're now both into level 22. What is Shark Tank? Well, you'll just have to Google it. Because, you know, it is the finals. I shouldn't be talking about Shark Tank and coasters, but, you know, kind of do. I never did the scary deep voice countdown. It's Halloween. I keep forgetting to do it. Like, I don't know. I just can't. The stakes are too high. The tension is there. I don't want to, you know, take the air out of the room or whatever. Lucas, I'm not going to say anything out loud that you ask me to say out loud because I don't trust you anymore. I've been burned by chat very recently. So now I'm not going to say anything. 685 for Myles, 834 for Blue Scuti. So Scuti ahead by about 180,000 right now. Myles gets a Tetris. Oh, all right. There's a car nearby. It's being broken into. $966 for Blue Scuti, $824 for Myles. I hope it's not my car. Blue Scuti got the Tetris here. He's got the max out. He's on level 28. Myles is on 27 at 858. Scuti gets another Tetris, A40. And another Tetris Scuti, A76 into 29. So A76 for Scuti. We'll see what Myles has. There's the 928. We'll be short of the max out into 28, but there's still about 100 lines to go now. Tetris for Myles into 29 at 966. Blue Scuti is about 10 lines ahead and ahead by 190,000 points. Myles going to take this down long bar over Tetris Myles. A18, B71 for Blue Scuti. Long bar over Tetris Scuti. C09, another Tetris C48. And Scuti just finds another gear on this 29. Another Tetris Myles, though, A96. He's cutting into this lead a little bit. Scuti takes a triple. Meanwhile, Myles Tetrises, and Myles needs that to keep happening. Now he needs something for that left side to bring this down. Oh, no, and Myles' left side is a mess. He can't hit that T-spin, so now the board going to climb. He needs to survive, and he can't. Myles going to top out at B42, and Blue Scuti is good in game number 3. Blue Scuti is your back-to-back Classic Tetris Monthly Masters event champion for October 2024. There he is. GG's to Myles, though. Always very entertaining to see Myles locked in. Great job. Always great matches between these two. I'm sure Myles was looking like, this was my time. I'm going to take out that little brat. I'm going to get him. But no, not this time. It is going to be Blue Scuti. So GG's to you, Myles. But Blue Scuti, you are going to be our winner. So GG's. Look at that. Blur Scuti. Let's call him Blur Scuti. Well, all right. That is your Front Row Sports, of course. Yes, Front Row Sports. You want to make sure you get that. Of course, Complexly. All right, you earned a Complexly shout out. I don't really even know what Complexly is. I know, like, those Green Brothers are involved. That's all I know. But shout out to Complexly. And there you go. And shout out to Front Row Sports and shout out to Blue Scuti. Listen, it's Halloween, guys. You don't want an interview with Scuti. We've heard from Scuti enough. Scuti, you want to go enjoy Halloween, right? You want to go trick-or-treating as the Tetris World Champion or whatever. I don't know, whatever you are, right? All right. Yeah, he wants to go. All right. Scuti, I'm going to raid. Scuti, you want to raid? I'll raid you, buddy. Hey, everybody. This is your old pal, Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly. And I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. Join our Discord server, the largest Classic Tetris community online at ctm.gg/discord. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.